Hello viewers, I am Anupam and in this video I am going to talk about how to create reports in Google Data Studio using BigQuery data sources. Now for this video all you need is a Google Cloud account and some data on which you want to build your reports. So let's get started. First let's go to the Google Cloud console, and if you are coming here for the first time you'll see a blank page here with an option to create a new project. I already have few projects in my account, so I just can navigate that from here. I can see the list of projects that I have created and an option to create a new project. So I would be using this IS7034 project in this video. The next step is to create a bucket for your project where you can store data. For that you navigate to this hamburger icon, click on storage, and you can create buckets here. I already have a bucket created for my project which I can see here. To create a bucket you have to click on create a bucket and give a name to your bucket and follow the default steps and just click on create. Now let me go to my bucket that I have created. So in this bucket we can upload files from our local system. I already have uploaded 2 files which I would be using to build reports. So I am not going to upload any more files over here. The next part is to upload this data to BigQuery data engine. So now we go to the BigQuery. This is the BigQuery page. You see that the project that we have created already is listed here. Now when you come here and click on this project, you have an option to create a data set in which you can create tables and store your data. So for this I have already created a data set which is this. If you want to create a new data set, always you can do this, create data set, give a name to this and just click on this. And after your data set is created, you can create table, and then you have an option to create tables from different places, like you want to create an empty table or a Google Cloud Storage table, or you just want to upload files. In our case, we have stored our data in Google Cloud Storage, so we'll just browse to that location and we see these 2 files that we have uploaded, and we can click on one of them and then select. I already have done this, so I'm not going to do it again. We can see the tables that are uploaded here. When you click on it, you can also preview the data. So now that our data is ready in the BigQuery, we have to go to Google Data Studio, and we have an option to create reports here. You'll see a blank report here. Click on this. Now you get an option to add data to your report through different sources. Like you can see that there are 17 different Google connectors from where you can source your data. For our video we'll use BigQuery. So let's click on this. Now you can see the project that we have created earlier is present here, and the dataset name, the name we had given, and the 2 tables that were part of it. So let's click on one of the table, click on add, click on add to report, and as you see your table is visible here. Now for this video I'd also walk you through how we can join data in Google Data Studio. So that can be done first by adding another data to this report, which you can do from here. Go to BigQuery, project, dataset, and then the plains table. Click on add to report, and then that table is also added here. You will see a number of other tables because this other tables that I was previously working on already, so those tables are there. But if you are adding 2 data sets for the first time, all you'll see is the flights table and the planes table. Now to join the data we have to click on blend data. Now we see that flights table is already there. We have to add another data source, so we'll add planes, add to report. Now we have to specify a join key. In this case the join key that we have is tail number. So both these tables have this tail number key on which we'll join, and then we can add dimensions and metrics to this particular table and dimension and metrics to the planes table as well. So dimensions are nothing but the categories that you can use to build your pie charts or bar charts or other interactive visualizations. So for this video I'll use this career field as the dimension, destination, origin, and then we do not need any further fields for our dimension. And for the metric, let's use air time. You just have to drag and drop the fields as I'm doing here. The arrival delay, departure delay, and fields like these, maybe distance. And from the planes table you can pick the engine as our dimension, the manufacturer, let's pick the model also, and for the metrics we can use the speed, seats. So now that we have decided what keys we'll use and the tables that we have to join, we'll click on save. Now as you can see, okay, I did not specify a name when I joined the data, so we can come to this data again, click on edit, and you can specify the name here. I will put flights underscore planes. Let's save it. So it takes a little bit of time, and then after, okay, I think that it has not got saved probably. Let me refresh this page. Yeah, there you go. So your tables are ready here. Now this is the default chart that we get whenever we create table. We will just remove this. Now we have our table ready. Now we can create charts on this. So we come here, add a chart. As you can see, there are a lot of different visualizations that you can build from here. You have a scorecard, time series, line charts, bar charts, pie charts, and other scatter charts that you want to create. So let's click on one of the charts. Let's take a scorecard. So I click on this, and let's use the flights planes dataset to build our chart. Now what we are seeing here is, let's say we want to see the total number of records or the total number of flights that are there in this data. Let's give a suitable name. Let's say we call it total flights, the count, and yeah, so this your total flights scorecard is ready for you to view. Now what you can do here is you can create filter for this. Like if you want to understand which are the flights that come from a certain source, certain place in the record. So for that, let's build another score chart. Use the flights planes tables. Change this to count, and from the data you can see that there are only few sources in that data, like JFK and then Newark and then LaGuardia. So I'll let's say we call this flights from JFK we get the records. Now we have to add a filter for this record, um, and that we can do from here. We'll click on add filter. Now for the field, as we said, our origin should be JFK. So origin equal to JFK. Unfortunately, we do not have any drop down here which will list the distinct records we have, so we'll have to manually enter this. And if you want to give a name to this filter, let's again say flights from JFK and click on save. Now as you can see, the numbers are filtered now, and you have the number of flights from JFK. Now what we can do is we can do some styling on this particular scorecard. Maybe we can say let's compact the numbers and it is only visible in thousands. Change the color in this text to, let's say, orange. Change the size, the alignment. So all these options are available here, using which we can really make the our viz very nice looking and very beautiful. We can add padding to it as well, and similarly we can create other charts. Let's see how we can create one bar chart also. So let's take that flights planes dataset again, and oops, there's some issue maybe for this. Let me remove this. Again, let's go to the bar chart. Let's use this planes dataset itself, and let's pick a field on which we want to see. Let's say we want to okay, not here. So we want to see it on not on the tail number, but rather we want to see it on the engine, let's say. So let's click on engine, and as you can see that the different types of engines that we have, let me enlarge it so that you can see properly. The four engines here are not really do not have many records, so we can't really see anything. But for other engines we can see this bar chart created, and again we can do our styling on this data. So this is how we can create different charts, and then we can place this on this particular dashboard or this canvas. We can resize these widgets, or we can uh, uh, change the theme and layout of this particular uh, dashboard so that it looks we can enhance the appearance of these dashboards. So if I, let's say, click on this, you can see that our dashboard suddenly looks much more better than the earlier version. So this we can do this from here. To go to the theme and layout, you have to click on any blank space in the dashboard, and you can change the theme and the layout. So this is the way we can create charts and create our dashboards here. I have already created one dashboard using Google Data Studio, so I'll show you that. So this looks nice. So it actually was all the features of Google Data Studio that I spoke about. I've used all of them to create this widget, and this really gives a very good view of the data that we want, and we can build any number of reports and any kind of charts that we want using Google Data Studio. So this is a really cool feature in our offering by the Google Cloud, which we can use for different uh, business processes, also business, and we can derive key insights from that. So this is about the video on how to create your reports in Google Data Studio. Thanks for watching. Thank you.